Right, so I finally received the Lock Pilot Basic, which is what I'm going to put into the wind turbine. So the problem with the previous one I had that broke, that was pre-assembled, was I couldn't get to this part inside because it was all welded together and heavily glued. I couldn't get to this chip because I'm going to cut this Viessmann chip out, which is a basic one that just spins. That just spins the rotation at a fast rate and there's no variation on it. And then you got a fast flashing one on there. I'm going to change the sequence on that LED and cut the wires off this and install onto there like I did with the windmill, Viessmann windmill, sorry, the Keebury windmill. Right, so here we go. I'm just going to desolder these wires there, and I'm just going to cut this harness about, mind you, I could put an interface on there rather than cutting it. I'll have to see if I've got an interface first. Right, I'm just putting on the final wiring now. Just going to tin up the wires for the extension that takes it to the track power. And here we go. I do recommend using a solder filter. Take all the fumes away. If you can. I do recommend getting one of them. I use it wherever I can because you don't want to really be breathing in liquid metal with loads of lead in it, etc. There we go. That's tinned up. You see it taking all the fumes out, filtering it through that mesh. It's better than nothing, that. So that's it. I've nearly got this finished now. Just need to add these wires, then filter them through these, and just a case of building it back up again. Right, there it goes. I'll just add this. Also, I'm using a solder reel, which my friend the electronics engineer says he don't mess around with stupid things like this. He just does everything. He holds it by hand and does everything by hand, but I like to have another helping hand here. There we go. That should be a bit closer actually. Oh, I should have the soldering a little bit closer to where that filter is. But there we go. That's one done. Put the heat shrink over, and then I'll just use the heat shrink, soldering iron to shrink that heat shrink. Yeah, my friend who's an electronics engineer and an advanced electrician, how he works absolutely amazes me, because he doesn't use anything like this, you know, helping hands. He just does it, he holds it all by hand, intricate electronics. I don't know how he does it because his fingers are like spades. It's unbelievable. I think a couple of occasions that I've seen him using these when we've been doing certain things to hold, you know, like in the Goliath crane when we was doing that modification, but most of the time we don't use them. But I get a lot of advice off him, but I'm just an amateur and I've, you know, try my best to there's the other wire, that's the other wire. to do. In fact, I'm not sure if I tinned that up. I don't think I have actually. Let's move that over there. There we go. Getting a bit of a mess here actually. But anyway, that's connected nicely. The thing is, we're doing electronics. You need a steady hand, etc. And plus, you need an organised work area as well, which is. I've seen some other guys on other YouTube channels like DCC. I can't remember what it's called now. The Russian guy who does fit outs in America. Can't remember his channel now. DCC something. But it is the way he works is unbelievable. He's so tidy. Everything is so perfect. The way he does it. But I'm just trying to get tips off other people as well by looking at other videos. But there we go, that's ready to go. I'll just do a test of it now. Right, so I've got the ESU programmer wired up to the extended wires of the wind turbine. They go into an interface, an 8-pin interface, and then the 8-pin chip, which is a Lock 5 standard, just plugs into the interface. And you've got the orange and white, grey wires, they go to the motor, which you've got to suss out which wires are what, because there's two black wires. You've got to identify which ones are which. And then you've got auxiliary 1 and the common earth going to the LED with a resistor on. But I swapped out the standard light bulb for an ESU brighter light bulb. So hopefully it'll work better. So when I power it up, on address 3 at the moment, this wind turbine is, so I want to power it up. You can see the light. I've got a double strobe at the moment. I can program that any way I want, and then the actual rotation of the blades can be speeded up or slowed down. And that's how I've always wanted it. See how slow they are. Sometimes you get wind turbines that's varying speeds, so that's how I've wanted this model. So all I've got to do now is rebuild the base of it and put it all back together. I've actually, on the head, on the actual head, so I've put white tape on there so I can take it apart easily if I need to maintain it or swap out the motor. If I want to do anything to that now, it's easily maintainable. I probably will do the same. I don't think I'm going to glue these ends. Probably going to tape round them with white tape so I can take the whole thing apart if I need to. So that's it. That's part 8. Hopefully on the next video I'll have it on the layout up and running properly. So yep, that's all done. Also advise having something to hold what you're doing in place, and this thing here is absolutely brilliant. It's a hobby vice, which I've shown in the past. I'll just show a picture of it anyway. It's a really good little item because you can spin it around in all sorts of different ways, and it's got multiple locking positions with the pins. It's absolutely a great bit of kit. Yeah, I'm happy with that now. Anyway, stick that back. That's it. Okay, thanks for watching.